Sometimes your body knows the truth before you're ready to accept it. A small change, a quiet feeling, something you can't explain, but can't ignore either. Anita tried to tell herself it was nothing, just stress, just overthinking, but deep down, she already knew. This is the visa marriage that went too far, episode 2. It started small. Fatigue she couldn't explain, a strange discomfort that wouldn't go away. Anita stood in the kitchen staring at her untouched tea. She hadn't been eating properly, sleeping properly, thinking properly. Everything felt off. "Are you okay?" Daniel asked from behind her. His voice caught her off guard. "I'm fine," she said quickly. Too quickly. Daniel studied her for a second, like he didn't quite believe it, but he didn't push, and Anita was grateful for that, because she wasn't ready to explain something she didn't fully understand herself. Later that day, she sat alone in her room, phone in hand, searching, reading, scrolling, every symptom, every possibility, every answer leading to the same place, a place she didn't want to go. Anita dropped the phone onto the bed. "No," she whispered to herself. "It's too soon, too impossible, too complicated." But the thought refused to leave. The pharmacy was quiet, too quiet. Anita kept her head down as she paid. No eye contact, no conversation, just one small box in her hand that suddenly felt heavier than anything she had ever carried. Back in the apartment, the bathroom door closed softly. Her hands trembled slightly as she followed the instructions. Simple steps, clear outcome, no room for confusion. Then, waiting. Seconds felt longer, her heartbeat louder. She didn't want to look, but she had to. Anita slowly lifted her gaze and froze. 2 lines, clear, unmistakable, real. For a moment, she didn't breathe, didn't move, didn't think. Then her hand covered her mouth as the reality settled in. This wasn't fear anymore. This wasn't doubt. This was truth. She was pregnant. Outside the bathroom, a knock. "Anita?" Daniel's voice. Close. Too close. Her heart pounded harder. "Are you okay?" She couldn't answer, because nothing was okay anymore. Her eyes filled with tears as she stared down at the test again. This wasn't part of the contract. This wasn't part of the plan. This changed everything. The doorbell rang sharply. Anita jumped. Daniel opened the door with his usual calm. Behind him, a stream of people filed in. His mother, his younger sister, and a cousin. Smiles, handshakes, formal greetings. "Anita, meet my family," Daniel said. The words felt heavier than they should. She nodded politely, smiling faintly. "Welcome," she said, her voice tight. Inside, the apartment suddenly felt smaller, too small, and her secret, too big. Dinner was served, and with it came questions. "So, Anita," his mother began, her tone polite but probing, "what do you do back home?" Anita answered carefully. "Private school administrator," she said. "Private school." "Interesting," her mother replied, eyes narrowing slightly. "And what are your plans here in Canada?" Anita smiled. "I just want to settle in, focus on the arrangement, and adapt." A small laugh came from Daniel's cousin. "Adapt? That sounds like you're already struggling," he teased lightly. Anita's smile faltered, her stomach twisted. She couldn't tell them the truth. She couldn't tell them she was already changing inside. As the evening went on, the questions became sharper. "Are you sure you're ready for marriage?" her sister asked. "You're so young." Anita's fingers clenched around her napkin. Daniel's mother raised an eyebrow. You know, Daniel has had failed relationships before. We hope this one lasts. The words stung, not just because of the judgment, but because they were unknowingly talking to a woman who carried their child inside her. Anita stayed calm, polite, smiling, but every compliment and question felt like a blade, and she realized this family wasn't just strangers. They were a test she hadn't prepared for. Later, after the guests left, Anita sat alone in her room. The apartment was silent. Daniel was still in the living room, quiet. Her hands rested on her lap. 2 lines, a life forming inside her, and now a family that would judge her. Her mind raced. Do I tell him now? Do I wait? Can I even handle their opinion if he reacts badly? Anita's chest tightened. This wasn't just a contract anymore. It was real, and it was complicated. The night dragged on. Daniel entered her room quietly. Are you okay? He asked softly. Anita didn't answer. She couldn't. Her secret, her fear, her guilt, all pressed down on her shoulders. And for the first time, she realized the contract didn't cover this. Her body, her heart, her future, none of it. Daniel noticed it first in small ways. Anita moving slightly slower than usual, her hands trembling when pouring tea, a strange hesitation in her laughter. At first, he dismissed it. She's tired, he thought, but by mid-afternoon, he couldn't ignore it anymore. Anita, are you feeling okay? He asked casually. She smiled quickly. Fine, just tired. He nodded, not convinced, not fooled, and she realized he was paying attention. Anita tried to maintain distance, more than before. Less conversation, less eye contact, smiles that didn't reach her eyes. But it didn't matter. Daniel followed her pace. Not intrusive, just present, just quiet. One evening, as she sat on the couch pretending to read, he sat beside her. You've been quiet, he said softly, and I don't think it's just tiredness. Anita froze. Her heart thumped. Her secret threatened, and she realized hiding it was going to be harder than she imagined. That night, at dinner, Daniel was distracted. His fork paused mid-air. He glanced at her more than usual. A question hovered on his lips, but he didn't ask it. Anita felt exposed, vulnerable, and trapped. I'm fine, she said automatically. Daniel studied her. Silence stretched. The air felt heavier than ever. Anita swallowed hard. She had no answers yet. She only had the secret and the fear of losing control. Later, in the living room, Daniel reached for her hand lightly. Anita, he said, I feel like something's wrong. Please, tell me. Her chest tightened. This was the moment, the line she could not cross, or maybe had no choice but to. Her lips parted, but no words came out. Instead, she pulled her hand back slowly, a fragile, polite smile plastered on her face. I'm okay, she whispered. Daniel didn't push further, but the tension remained, heavy, persistent, and neither of them could ignore it. That night, Anita sat in her room alone, hands resting lightly on her stomach. 2 lines, a life forming, and now a husband who suspected but didn't know. Her mind raced. How long can I keep this a secret? What will he do if he finds out before I'm ready? And deep down, she knew the cracks in the contract were growing, and soon something had to give. Daniel had watched her closely all day, her forced smiles, the quiet moments she tried to steal, the way she avoided his gaze. Finally, he stopped pretending. Anita, he said, voice steady but firm, I need to know what's going on. She looked away. Her chest tightened. She had rehearsed 1,000 ways to tell him, but not like this. I'm fine, she whispered, barely audible. Daniel stepped closer. Anita, don't lie to me. Not now, not ever. Her stomach knotted. Her secret pressed against her chest like a heavy weight. She knew she couldn't hold it much longer. Her lips trembled. Her hands shook. Her voice barely escaped. I don't know how to say this. Daniel's eyes softened slightly. Then start anywhere. I'm listening. She swallowed hard. A single breath, and the words slipped out. I think I might be pregnant. Silence. The words hung in the air. Unspoken fears, unbroken tension. Daniel didn't speak at first. He didn't move. He simply stared, processing. What do you mean you might be pregnant? He finally asked, voice rising slightly. I need to know for sure. Anita flinched. I took a test, but I didn't want to tell you yet. Daniel ran a hand over his face. This changes everything, he muttered. She nodded, tears brimming. I know. I didn't plan it. Just what? He interrupted, pacing. Just let it happen? Anita's voice cracked. It wasn't like that. I didn't mean for this. Daniel stopped, breathing heavily. You know the rules, the contract. I know, she shouted, finally breaking her calm. But this isn't a contract. It's real. It's me. It's us. The room went quiet. Daniel's hands hung at his sides. Anita's chest heaved. For the first time, they weren't strangers. They weren't pretending. They were two people facing the consequences of one night, one mistake, one life. I don't know what to do, Daniel said, softly, finally. Part of me wants to protect us. Part of me wants to be honest, be responsible. Anita looked at him, eyes shining. Please, don't push me away. I need you. Daniel's jaw tightened, the weight of the situation pressing on both of them, and deep down, both knew there was no turning back. That night, neither slept. The apartment felt smaller, the contract meaningless. Two lives now intertwined in ways they never imagined. Outside, the world continued as usual. Inside, everything had changed. And for the first time, Daniel realized the rules couldn't protect them anymore. The next morning, Daniel's mother returned unexpectedly. Her sharp eyes immediately noticed something off. Daniel, she said, is everything all right between you and Anita? Daniel stiffened. She's fine, he said carefully. But Anita knew. She knew the moment his mother's gaze landed on her. She saw something. You're hiding something, his mother said, voice low but firm. Tell me. Anita's throat went dry. Her stomach twisted. Daniel placed a protective hand on hers. And in that instant, she realized there was no escaping the truth. Daniel's family pressed on. Are you two serious? His sister asked. This is not something to take lightly. A child, it changes everything. Anita felt the weight of their judgment. Every word pierced her like ice. She wanted to run, hide, disappear. Daniel spoke firmly. We are serious. It's happening, and we will handle it. But even as he said it, Anita saw the doubt flicker in his eyes. Was it courage or fear of losing control? Either way, the rules of the contract were gone, broken, forever. Later that evening, Daniel and Anita sat alone. Silence stretched between them. No pretending, no small talk. Finally, he said, Anita, I can't promise it will be easy. My family, our lives, it's complicated. She nodded. I know, but this is real, and I don't want to hide anymore. Daniel reached for her hand. This you, us, it matters more than reputation, more than appearances. Tears pricked her eyes. You're sure? She whispered. He smiled faintly. I'm sure. We'll figure this out, together. For the first time, the contract didn't matter. For the first time, love took the lead. The tension didn't vanish. Problems didn't disappear. But something changed. They were no longer strangers, no longer pretending, no longer bound by rules they didn't follow. Anita leaned against Daniel's shoulder. I was scared, she admitted, scared it would ruin everything. He held her tightly. We'll face it all, he said softly, together. And in that moment, a fragile hope blossomed. Amid uncertainty, a real connection, a bond neither contract nor family could undo. Outside, the world continued unaware. Inside, they had made a choice. Reputation, sacrificed. Love, chosen. But life doesn't pause, and soon new challenges would arrive. Because one mistake can create a lifetime of consequences. A secret revealed, a choice made, and love cautiously embraced. In the final episode, Daniel and Anita face their first true test of their relationship. Like if you want the next episode. Subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Comment, would you choose love over reputation?